All right, I think my voice is coming through. This is pre-show. Not doing that big long show starting leader thing with all the bells and whistles and noise. I don't think you're hearing anything except for maybe some music in the background. Well, this is the pre-show. This is where I get in here. We do a show every Thursday, and I get in here for a few minutes and I give people a moment or two to okay, that was moderator. I think she's coming in tonight. She may or may not make it. Okay, so what I'm doing here now, that was a messages I had to answer. So what I'm going to do now is I always go over to DLive. Most of you guys are probably, if you are seeing me, you are at keywebco.net, and you are seeing me. Ah, excellent. I am live. Let me check this out. And you are seeing me. Music's not too loud. I may drop that a decibel or two. All right, so let me turn that down, and I will test my chat. I am over at DLive. Oops, wrong button. All right, yeah, I always go over to DLive. So if I want to type a link or something in, I can do it over there. And I actually have some viewers I get over there. Sometimes I have more on DLive than Twitch and everywhere else. But this is just kind of the pre-show. Perfect Finds made it in. So we'll probably start pretty soon. I have a little bit of a different format. I'm going to keep modifying. Also, since we're here in pre-show and it's just a little bit early, I don't want to start too early. Happy Thursday. One of the things that I'm considering doing, because I really don't want to delete my account that's had over 1 million engagements on Google, because the only way I can stream directly to YouTube without meeting their qualification of the subscribers and the viewing hours is if I use Restream or some other software, which is awesome. I actually prefer to use Restream. But I have multiple accounts. I have a private account. You can look it up if you happen to, because the show hasn't started yet. If you go over to YouTube, you can type in my name, Roger Keyserling. You'll see it flash through on the little images, but it's ROGERKEYSERLING. Well, you can go over and search for that on YouTube, and you will find a channel with 2 subscribers. It is a public channel, but my Ripple software, which is what I make little quickie videos with, uploads everything that I do to my private channel, which is the Roger Keyserling one, as well as the Key Webco YouTube channel, which is the big one. And I have been doing that since like the beginning of time. I had my Roger Keyserling channel with a lot of graphics and marketing, which we're going to talk about that in the show. I have actually a pretty decent show lined up for you guys. But if I want to stream and have active chat during my first view of live stream on YouTube, I either have to meet their criteria, and then I can link it in. It's not a problem if I have multiple accounts. Otherwise, I have to pay money to be able to stream to 2 accounts on YouTube. I'm not paying nothing. I'm running a very tight ship here, so and I'm starting to generate a little income on some of the side things that I'm doing, and we're going to talk about that in the show too. I have a bunch of little things that can make anybody watching money. Not buckets of money, but stuff that's pretty darn easy. It's stuff that I'm able to, while I'm working on the computer, tap a button on the phone every so often and then go back to the computer and look over. Oh, well, let's look at that. And then I get paid. That's nice, because you can always do that in the background while you're doing something else. I'm also going to give a few tips in the show, if I remember, to about how to multitask, because a lot of people get very confused what real multitasking is. If you multitask like most people think it is, you're not effective. You will not get anything accomplished. But there is a pattern in which you can do multiple things and be effective on all of them. But there are criteria. You have to plan ahead and set up the parameters for all the chores that you're going to do at the same time. Because certain things you can do a little here, a little here, a little here, and then rotate through. It has to be a repetition, but we'll go into detail on that a little deeper into the show, which we are just about ready to start. I do have a little intro, which you guys will see every show, just like I have credits at the end of the show. So I think what we're going to do, we're not going to mess around. I'm ready to start talking about some topics. Hopefully this will get shared around by anyone who happens to see it on YouTube or on Facebook. Well, they won't see it on Facebook unless someone shares it there from Twitch or YouTube or somewhere. If anyone does see that, yes, you have to, basically that's what you're doing. When I know it's pre-show and I haven't got into the topic yet, but when you are multitasking, that is exactly what you are doing. You are turning 2 arms into 4, 6, or 8. You're also segmenting your thoughts and brain into those behaviors or chores in a repetitive order, and I will teach you how to do that. The best thing to do is multitask 2 or 3 things at most. I do 5 to 6, but I'm old and I've been doing this forever. And I only have 1 employee, which I can barely get to do anything. Now, he's been working hard, but it's not the work that I need that generates money. It's the work that has to be done that we have no choice about. All right. Well, I have rattled on. It is time for the intro. I hope everyone enjoys the show tonight. The show will be uploaded to YouTube after. And I'm going to talk about that right after we get started. So let's get going. Welcome. The Helpful Tips Show is on at 7 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday on the KeyWebCo YouTube channel. I am your host, Roger Keyserling, owner of KeyWebCo, where we make websites. We have social media feeds. As a matter of fact, we have our daily edition newspaper you should check out, new every 24 hours. We have eCom Tips podcast, where we transmit our daily Facebook Live show and our Tuesday and Thursday show. You're always welcome to check out keywebco.net and keywebco.com for great shopping and so much more. I'm glad you are here with us today at Helpful Tips via eCom Tips podcast. We have many shows, and we even have apps. Check out our Recipes for You app. It's awesome, and we're glad you're here. Welcome. All right, it is showtime. How's everyone doing? Woohoo, we're ready to go. Okay, here we go, guys. This is the Helpful Tips Show. We do this every Thursday. We also kind of do it on Tuesday, but I'll talk about that a little further on in the show. One of the things I talked about in pre-show that I'm going to jump right into pretty soon here is, well, you know what? Let me wait, because I have a scene for that. I was going to jump into a topic, but you know what? We're going to run through the show, because I kind of have it planned out how I want to discuss it. I just lied to you guys just a moment ago. In pre-show, I said as soon as we start the show, I'm going to talk about this topic. But you know what? I changed my mind. So here we go. What you're seeing running here on the screen, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it. You heard it in a little intro, what I do. I have keywebco.com and keywebco.net. Just to be clear, in this show, what we're going to discuss, yes, we are going to discuss multiple pages on my business. But we're not going to discuss my business in a way that I am actually trying to sell you anything or manipulate you into using some program. What we're going to do is we're going to go through my website so you can see what I am doing, and then I'm going to tell you what's required, basically, simply, for each of the things I'm doing. If any of the things that I'm doing interest you, you might want to put it in a little chat. Now, I'm not going to pay terribly much attention to the chat, but Perfect Finds for You is over there on Twitch, and she'll definitely, make sure that if I don't mention something in the show, she says, well, by the way, so-and-so wanted to know a little bit more about this and you didn't mention it. And then we'll get in touch, and I'm going to show you in this show how much more useful. Hey, Lee, you made it. Awesome. I'm going to show you in this show how much more useful this particular show is going to be with one of the tools that we're going to use on Tuesday. But we'll get right to that. So let's go ahead and move on. Now, this scene here is about the video chat in my lobby. Hey, Lee. And it's really important. I'm going to let this kind of run through a little bit because we're changing the way that I can help you and communicate. We're also giving it a lot more extra features. So let's discuss it very briefly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. You can find it on my website. That is keywebco.net. On the homepage, scroll down and you'll see a video chat lobby. As you can see from the little images going through, that's what it looks like. And you would just simply log in. I prefer you use your real information. You go into the lobby. Nobody might be there, or there might be 20 people. You never know what's going to happen. Normally, there's nobody really in there, but we're going to change that. And you can also find it from the menu. I have a direct link that says chat, and then you're not even on my website. Well, you are. I don't want to confuse you. You're still embedded on my website, but it's just on their server window. It's a direct link to the chat itself. Okay, so you log into the chat, and while you're in the lobby, this is important to listen because it's going to make more. It's going to have more influence on what we're doing further on. Anytime, day or night, drop a message in there and try to leave it for like kind of the next day or the day or two. So people have time to kind of look in there and say, oh, someone asked a question about websites or about an eBay listing or about a return to a customer. Any topic on earth is fine, as long as it's not vulgar or too disgusting or anything like that. I do want to keep it somewhat family oriented. So I don't really want to give out dating advice, that kind of stuff. But if it's a family issue or something, sure. Any topic is okay as long as it's not off color too badly. I don't want to offend people. So in the lobby, you log in and you say, hey, my name is, always, even if you use your name as a screen name, always identify yourself, especially if you know I know you. Say, my name is, I'm trying to think of a name. My name is Mr. Renews It. I've got some Renews It spray over there. So my name is Mr. Renews It. And I have a question about a website. I don't know how to embed. And I read your little blog article and I kind of got it, but I need more help. And I want to talk to you face to face, or I just want to send messages, whatever you wish. So you would write that in the lobby and you would say, well, could we maybe chat 9 o'clock Central Standard Time on Saturday? And if it's Friday, I would probably see those messages at 3 o'clock. That's kind of when I check in, look at the lobby and see what messages are in there. Or I might leave a message of my own. 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That would be a great time to catch me. The best time, it's off topic, but we're still talking about chatting. The best time to catch me is early in the morning, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8-ish, on my live stream, which is, of course, in a different window, but it's right above each other. That's like what the show is. So I have a video chat lobby. I'm not going to go into too much more detail about that now. So basically, I'm saying use it to leave messages to communicate. There are a lot more features. We're going to talk about that in a different show. But for what I'm teaching today, what I'm trying to show you that you need to know about things that you may wish to do, that's enough information to get you going. That gives you an idea of how it works. It has private chat pop-ups. It's got all the bells and whistles, and I'm actually getting rather good at it. It's actually fun. It reminds me of the old AOL chat room days. All right, so here we go. Next window. This is a window where we're going to take a break from heavy subjects at any time during any of my shows, and I say this every week. This is our social media helpful tip. A real helpful tip on social media is to engage with people that don't care if you get a little bit of traffic off their efforts, or don't care if They say, hey, I have an eBay store. And then they get all bent out of shape because you put a link to your eBay store in there. I want to look at it. If we're going to have anything of value, I want to be able to share your store, share your pages. As long as you're not dropping individual products for sale, unless it's a product we're discussing, into my chat, put your eBay store, put your business page, put your Facebook, your YouTube, whatever you want. Don't, it's a policy violation to say if you subscribe to my channel, I'll subscribe to yours. You cannot do that. You can get in trouble. It can get you in big trouble on Facebook too, by the way. But it can get you in trouble everywhere. And in YouTube, it's going to get much more dramatic for those kind of things in January. I'm not going to give information out about that, but you can find out very soon. I may do it right at the end of the year if no one else figures out what I'm talking about the YouTube change. But I want you guys to feel free to always post your links anytime. If you're watching a YouTube video I did 6 months ago, and I'm talking about, these little fake Coca-Cola cans that you can unscrew the lid. I love these things, by the way. They're plastic and they stay cold or warm for a very long time. So let's say we were talking about that in a show months ago, and you happen to have those items for sale, and you have hundreds of them. Guys, drop your link to that item in my thing. Like I said, you can only put items in my show unless it's a full link, if it's something I discuss. So if, by the way, if anyone has artificial drink holder kind of things, I mentioned it, and I just gave you permission to put a link in there for that in my show. Because these shows, even though there might be hardly anyone watching them live, because I'm all over the place, but the replays and where these go out in RSS feeds and what they get in chopped up later and embedded into books and blogs and everything else will be mammoth. And if someone has bothered to put the link in the show, I'm going to include a lot of the text, not all of it, sections of text in blogs and future information. So you might not make you money today, might not make you money tomorrow, but if you have hundreds of those things and you're just going to still have some in stock maybe 6 months or a year from now, or it's a product that you carry similar and you have the wherewithal to do some of the things I'm going to teach you in later shows, how to change one link to go into another one after you change your product line so you don't lose traffic or anything else. That's another show. So leave your links. Let's move on here. Okay, question and answers anytime during any of my shows or in the real world, meaning go to that lobby, ask your questions, you can get some answers. We will go back to this section. All right, now here we're going to sit for a little bit. You guys are going to get real sick, especially my group members, of seeing this particular movie. I put it a little slower than it plays normally because we are streaming. This video, we're going to talk about it because everything about Key Web Co., I've gone back to my old style a little bit. And this is my old style. I was told it was really advanced when I did it, but it's still a little dated, and I don't care because this gets recognized by the old customers I have that used to spend buckets of money. As a matter of fact, even on Twitter, after I switched to my old video graphic without incorrect links that I had put, I had to remove those manually, by the way, at the bottom because I changed my ULRs after I took the bad links out, and I used my old video marketing graphics, and we're going to talk about that. Boom. I got some business, quite a bit, and not a lot of sales, few, but a lot of traffic. We're going to also talk later on about how you can use traffic to make money, but I didn't do that. All I did was change my graphic visual imagery on my videos, put it out on some of my large networks, and all of a sudden I drew in several old eBay customers. I mean, several, to my new sites. That's really important. Now, we're going to talk, while we're looking at my graphic that you guys are going to get sick of, we're going to talk about the different pages on my website. Now, I am not going to open my website and hold the camera and scroll you guys through. The show would be way too long for that. I have had lots of pages I am adding, and I'm going to be adding a few more. We're going to start off with kind of the order I remember them in on keywebco.net. So you would want to go to keywebco.net. You can go to homepage, any page, and follow along on your phone, or if you have a second device, or if not, just after the show's over, because this isn't going to be terribly long. It sounds like a long show, but it's not. After the show is over, you can always watch a replay and go and look at the things I'm discussing. I'm going to try to explain it, but you don't actually have to be visually looking at it, because we are going to also transmit this to eCom Tips Podcast. FYI for all those podcast listeners out there. Okay, so here we go. Keywebco.net. You hit the homepage. Homepage is actually pathetic. My homepage, I trimmed it up a little bit today, but your homepage, if you have a website or I make a website for you, needs to be very, very impressive. Now, why is my homepage? It's good, but it's pathetic for what a homepage should really be. Homepage is a funnel to whatever the reason they clicked on your homepage site. But guess what, guys? I have multiple page site, and how often do I actually send people to keywebco.net? Only when I'm talking. They always use the menu and find what they're looking for. All marketing, all embedding, all links, all blogs, all communication where I'm discussing any of the future topics that we're going to go through here, I send an individual page. That is important. That is something that I do, that if you have a multi-page website, you need to do as well. If you have a single page website, which you can get those free, either from me on Strikingly, you can get them for free and do it yourself, or I can help you for free on those simple ones if you do most of the work, or you can always contract me to make a website for you. I told you guys I'm not going to be trying to sell you anything, but I do have those services. Okay, so moving back. If you get a one-page free website, that means it doesn't cost you a dime. You never pay anything unless you upgrade. You never pay anything. And I did a non-upgraded site for 6 years and got it behemoth in size. Then I upgraded it, and now we're trying to go to double behemoth Hydra in size. So this is how that works. If you have a single page website, now we are going to go through all the Keywebco pages, but this is important. If you have a single page website, remember I was talking about my homepage, it's not very good. If I had a single page website, my homepage is actually adequate. And it should actually have a few more of the other pages stuff in it. So a single page website is much larger. It will require you to be much better in your graphics. You have to get them to scroll down that page, and that is hard to do. So the hard part with a single page website is to get them to look past a couple little sections down. So you really have to be good at that. Someone like me that has a multi-page site that is marketing each individual focused page out individually, the home page should be more like an about section. So my website is good, but it's not quite finished on the home page. That's the only page that it's not pretty much done. I had to mention that. But the home page is also the page where you will always find embedded my chat. It's on every page. And these shows and streams to the show. Because if someone's generally searching, they're going to land on the homepage. I don't want them to have to look through tabs to find the show if they're trying to find it, that kind of thing. No. You can have static plain imagery and graphics. You do need some motion graphics on your site, preferably high up, to make it appear quality and grain embedded. I will remember that. That's why you are seeing this video playing in the background. Even with the junk I have overlaid on it, enough of that image is still being programmed into your brain, just like all marketers do, that when you see that website again, you'll go, oh, I remember the little green dragon. I don't remember what it was called, Key something, but you'll remember the little green dragon because it's moving. If that little green dragon was a static image and the image was impressive, kind of like that, which is sort of impressive, not too impressive, but big and memorable, then you can do it with a single image. If you're not going to have video, you're going to need to put much less content on your page. You need to have something moving to keep them scrolling down every third box. Okay, so let's move on from that. Let's get through these pages really quick. So you got your home page. Mine's it's good if you have a big site, but I need to actually trim it down to more of an about section. Then the next page, I don't know what the next page is. It's probably stores. So you go to the next page and you click that at keywebco.net/stores. And what you see there is mostly done, yeah, but not quite. I've changed one of the big feeds to it, which is keywebco.com. So it does have a little bit of blank spot towards the bottom. The collections, I have several. I have jewelry, I have drones, I have all these different collections. That I'm taking all off, and it'll just be newly listed items or items based on popularity, and there'll be one collection embedded and no other embedded where the products are popped up. So you won't have your individual sections for my store. You'll have affiliate links like you see there already for other stores that I get paid if someone buys from. And then you'll see each of the main primary stores that I have. It starts off with kind of an intro. What happens when you buy from me or anything that I have my finger in? A little step-by-step thing, probably needs some editing, but it's there. Then after you go through the little step-by-step thing, you probably are seeing a video. I'm not sure the exact order of the windows. It's probably the video very similar to what you're seeing in the background here. Maybe further down the page, I don't remember where I put it, but it will be on the page. Then you're going to see, you've seen the Macari, then you're going to see my design shop, which is Redbubble. That's lovely. That takes you to another store. You buy something, I get paid. It's my products. By the way, all my Redbubble products, all my branded stuff is going to be duplicated into the keywebco.com store starting actually this week. So then you get to the actual store that is in my website. That is, I think I still am calling it Dragon Deal Live Lots. I haven't paid much attention to it, but there are lot products in there for sale. I will be redoing it. That is also the place where you are buying websites and whatnot from me. Then there's keywebco.com. That used to be a mammoth global store with this high overpriced shipping and stuff. I chopped that out. Now it's just China fulfilled items, UK fulfilled items, USA fulfilled items, and some Canada fulfilled items that are shipped within the US. I'm still doing global because my branded, I'm using Printify, my branded products are going to be shipped globally, but I may just take that off because it's problematic, but for now I'm leaving it a global store. So basically we zip down that page just because I wanted to tell you what stores are on there. You will notice that I have taken out a lot of what I used to put at the bottom of the page, which is of the apps still stay in there, blogs. There's always one or two other pages that I will refer to on each page. So let's move on. We'll go from stores probably into blogs. Blogs are self-evident. I have multiple blogs. I have a little bit of marketing added in. I have still probably a little bit of heavy HTML in there, but basically blogs are just that, blogs. I always add a little bit of extra stuff to the bottom. We don't need to spend time on that. Move on to the next one. So you've got blogs. Now blogs are the most important, by the way, for you to get views, but it's all pretty systematic. So what do I have after blogs? Probably services, website services. That's a little more complicated because I have multiple services, too many to put a window for each one, which is kind of what I still have it as. So as you're looking at that, you can see website services means graphics, making websites for people. Now that is represented on several pages because that's my big business. So self-evident what that is. Anyone can do all of these pages. I want you to look at them individually and think, why is he doing it the way it is? We'll talk about that on Tuesday, but we'll get to that later. Then there's one that probably says live show. Obviously, that's a place for my chat window to be obvious, my shows to stream, helpful tips to be represented in here, which is a e-commerce group that we have. And then, of course, other efforts that I do. Obviously, I'm going to cross that over to a helpful tips page, which there is a page on my website which is restricted only by a password that can be given to anybody, not just to helpful tips members, because that's where we actually get our members at, and then they get the business bundle. Everyone can get into helpful tips and be a member of helpful tips and be into that room if they have a password. So it's still restricted by password. Then after they get into the helpful tips room and we start chatting or whatever, if we like them and they decide to subscribe to one of my things, and Perfect Finds can put that in there for you, then they get a business bundle. And that normally costs you $300, but I charge nothing for people that get websites from me, and my websites are less than $300. And I do not charge anything for anyone who subscribes for $5 a month or above to the Helpful Tips e-commerce group. But that's, again, I said I'm not selling you things here today. We're going to run through those pages. Next, let's see. Of course, I mentioned the business package. Obviously, that's what it is. Can't really take you through that site either. Those are both password protected things on my website, which is very cool. You can also do subscriptions and all kinds of things with a pro version of Strikingly. Moving right along. So I have, this is out of order. There'll be a social media page. I'm not on Facebook, but I have millions of followers all over the place and different stuff. But I have them all spread out in all these different networks. So I tried to put some of the primary ones in my social media network page, which is basically just kind of a reference for people if they go, I wonder what other networks are out there. Oh, well, let's go look at Roger's site, because chances are there's people doing that. And I have quite a few on there, and I have about 8 or 9 more I could put on there, and I may just. So moving right along, what's next? Let's see. Let's talk about affiliate stuff for just a moment. There's an affiliate site of mine where I have an affiliate program. I have not added it to my affiliate marketing site yet. One of those is called Make Money. You can look at that in a moment. Another one is called Affiliate Shopping. You can look at that in a moment. Another one is called Affiliate Program. We're going to talk about that one now. That's me. That's keywebco.com, which the products are getting changed out. So it's real problematic to feed things right now. But all of your affiliate links will work if you've done things by search or collection. If anything sells, you get 5%. 10% bonus if you are a member of any of my groups. That's different. Everyone gets 5%. If you are a member of the Helpful Tips group, then you actually get an additional 5% bonus. Oh, that is only available for group members, but the standard pay is 5%. So moving right along, that's my thing. Now this is what you're interested in, making money. Won't talk about it too long. It's very obvious what it is. If you go to those little traffic bars, you get traffic on your site. I got 333 hits. I think that was the number I saw just before the show on my site this week. That's pretty good for me. Normally, my keywebco.net site, not my big site, that's actually pretty good. That's like triple what I normally get. So I'm very happy with that. Now, conversions on that have been not by an appropriate percentage, but I don't expect it because I'm using Traffic Bar to get some extra traffic. Am I doing that for free? No. I actually get paid when people click on my site, and I get paid when I click on other site. It is minute amounts of money, but it does add up to a few pennies here and there. But that's not why I do it. I do it for the increased Google reach from the additional traffic. And they are timed. It's not spam traffic. I mean, they have to be there a certain number of seconds, so it actually counts on Google. But that's not, again, the reason I'm doing it. I'm not doing that traffic bar. That's the little red bar that you see on my sites. It says traffic bar. I do get a little pay for that, but that's not the point. That's the best one to get good traffic. No bots, real people on your sites. And that is important because most of the tools and tricks that I have learned over the years, guess where I've learned them? In those spammy little sites with all those little traffic bars. Why do I do that? Because all those spammy little sites have tools they give the people to use to make those spammy little sites. Well, guess what? Those tools are always free. And they're always copying. You can always copy the HTML code and embed those. Half the skills that I have are from looking at those spammy sites and seeing how they do things. As a matter of fact, we're going to discuss it very briefly. One of the ones that I want you to look at is the very top one, obviously. It's called Leads Leap or something. Sorry, I've got a lot in my head today because I'm trying to keep the next few sections organized. It's the first one, Leads Leap, I think, or Live Leaps or something. I don't know. Leads Leaps. I should look that up. But it's the very first one. It's the one that I've been working on actually the least amount of time, but I've used their tools the longest. Someone else gave me their tools years ago, and I've been using them for years, but I didn't really know where they came from until I talked to my friend the other day, and he goes, why don't you just use the system, make some money? It's like, oh, really? Where is it? He goes, look at your traffic bar and check this guy out. So boom, all of a sudden I just got a handful of tools that I already had. Some of them actually have shorter code now, but that's another story. So you use those things. Now, what you're going to do when you look at that, mine don't look like those other spammy traffic bars when I send mine out, because I have actually multiple systems that you need to use all of to really get it to work. But I have multiple systems on my Make Money page. Now, that's important. We're going to talk about that for a moment. That big long one that you see at the top, which is obviously the best, you will notice that there's embedded sections. Each one of those embedded sections is an individually marketing program from that one system. I use all of them, okay? But I use all of them, all embedded with other multiple systems, and then I am targeting my website to market. Now, if you are going to market on these, I call them spammy, just because it is quick views, not really intended to massive buy or anything. But like I said, you do get clicks and you do get sales from it. People scroll down and look, oh, that's neat, and they buy it. But essentially, if you are going to use the Make Money system, you would not make a web page like what I've done with multiple systems. You would pick one of those sections, then you would get the URL from them, and then you would add that URL not on their system, but the traffic bar system, the cash juice system, and there's other ones, Super Pay Me and some other ones, but we're not going to go into a lot of details about the other ones. I'm just going to talk about the top one because that's the most important. The one at the bottom, the Super Pay Me, we'll talk about that one now. I covered the top one, didn't I? The one at the bottom called Super Pay Me, that's tricky. You have to do it in just the right way, so please feel free to reach out and either leave a message in the lobby or send me a ping or whatever on my website. But I'm going to give you the basics on that. Basically, what you do is you go to Super Pay Me, and you go to, after you register and do all this stuff, and then you have to link it into another account. But what you do is you go into their wall, their offers wall. Scroll down their offers wall till you find one that says Ascendant Media. Ascendant Media on the videos tab. Click the videos tab, find the Ascendant Media one. Okay. Then what you do is look for the ones that they're normally 0.66 cents. It's not really cents, 0.66. Look at those. And they're normally by category: music, food, trending, movies. Okay, basic topics. You click the little button and it pops open basically YouTube, but not really YouTube. Hide a video place. Hide out video or something it's called. But it pops open and you just sit there and watch the videos. Now you do actually kind of have to monitor it, because every once in a while, you know, you get the little check to make sure you're actually a person watching it. But you just can kind of play that in the background, playing videos, and it just one right after another. You don't have to be clicking over and over. See, a lot of things you have to click to make micro pennies. This one, you just play, You don't skip the ads, you just let it play straight through, kind of in the background. Look up every 5 or 10 minutes to make sure it's making sure you're not a robot. Click the button and go back to what you're doing. Well, I did that for a couple hours and I brought home $1.20. Now that doesn't sound like very much, but I only did that a couple hours while I was doing other things just to test it out. So if I were to do that streaming, not streaming, if I were to do that running for a very long time. Oh, Restream is talking to me. Must have lost chat for a minute and came back. If I was going to do that for a very, very long time, I could actually make some serious coin. Plus, that's the one you just play and do nothing. There's some of them that you fill out surveys or listen to a series of 10 videos at once, and they actually pay you quite well for those. I mean, like where it really adds up to really big coin. You can make big money, but that's work. I mean, you have to pay attention and do this and do that, and if you do it wrong, you miss it. That's kind of problematic, but just to let something play in the background. I'm just telling you ways to make money. So that's the ones I'm just going to mention there. Now, one that's not up there that I'm going to talk about briefly is Share a Sale. Share a Sale. Check that out. You would go to the affiliate shopping page to look at that. So you can go there at any time. Anyone can get Share a Sale. You just apply for a few merchants of stores of things that you kind of like. You copy the embed code, or you copy the link and make a button if you have a one-page site, so to speak. And bing, bam, boom. Anyone clicks anything from any of those links or embeds and buys anything, you'll get the commission on that product. And you don't do anything. It's all shipped out by them, just like my program. And when it sells, you'll just get a little bit of PayPal Pay or however you set it up to do. Mine is all done through PayPal, but there's other options. Stripe, basically anything you want. You can even use Bitcoins on those things. I don't use that. I like the old-fashioned cash. So we're going to jump off this. I've covered most pages. There are more pages. There's an about page. There's several more pages, and we're going to talk about more pages about KeyWebCo again. But I just really wanted to jump through those basic ones. There's the app page and stuff where you can learn how to do things. But I wanted you to look, everybody, to look at those two pages in particular, the Make Money page and the affiliate shopping page. I have no money in either of those pages. That means it costs me absolutely nothing to do either of those two pages. If anything sells, I get paid, and I do absolutely nothing to do that. Now, that's for the shopping one. Now, the affiliate link thing, where it's the sharing and the marketing, yes, there are things you have to do. You have to click, you have to do a bunch of different stuff, but you can get paid on the video one the easiest with doing the least amount of button pushing. So I wanted to cover those basic things. Now, as you look at, I didn't even mention Catch, Tues, and there's like 8 more I'm going to add on here. Now, I'm going to talk about it one little bit more. I have to, darn it. This is a little trickier to grab. Now, remember at the beginning I said, if you're going to use those traffic bars and you're going to market each one of those little boxes, you would market each one of those as a separate campaign. I am doing that as well, but I'm also marketing my own website with all this database and information. That is very hard to get anyone to click anything past the first few inches, because all the rest of them, you'll notice the box, most of them don't go past the fold. Mine is a full system. Now, here's the difference. I will get very few on these marketing affiliate clicks on anything past that first section. And I might not even get too much on that first section because my system is big and puffs up and it's slower to load. But here's the thing. When I do get clicks past that first section, those people are truly interested and appreciate that they are going to be able to set up their entire system for making money all on my one page. Even though I haven't told them they can do that yet, because technically I don't have quite all the parts there yet. I will, I just haven't added it all yet. But even at the level that it is right now, you can get going and make a little bit of traffic on your website. You can maybe sell some items that don't belong to you as an affiliate marketer, either from my program or from theirs. Theirs are easier in a roundabout way because theirs, all you have to do is put a banner and a link. Once you click the banner and the link, it goes to their store, and then the rest is all them. Mine, you can do the same thing. You could put a banner, but you make one. Wait, I don't think I have ones that you guys can embed. You know what? I'll make you one you guys can embed. You guys probably don't know how to do that. I can make you one that you can embed either as an image with a button or actually embed the code. I need to make you guys one like that. I don't think I made one. Well, that's one of the tools that you'll see. Actually, what I ought to make you is a pop-up. So it pops up at the bottom. But that's one of the tools that they have on that Leads Leap, or whatever it is, the top section that I'm doing. All right. The reason I keep saying whatever it is, I have like 8 programs that have leads and leap and frog and leap. I have all these programs that I use on a regular basis, and this one I just added. Until I've used it for about a week, I'm going to keep misnaming it, but it's on my page and I don't want to look it up. All right, so I've covered the basics on this little simple money-making stuff. The instructions are all on those sites. It is very rudimentary. Now, why am I talking about these kind of marketing, share for share kind of thingies a little bit? It's not really that. You're not sharing anything. You're just looking at sites and stuff. But it's a little bit of money that you can do, and that repetitive behavior. Remember I said I was going to talk about multitasking. If you decide you are going to do anything in affiliate work, you need to multitask, and it's very good to do. That little traffic bar thing, the one that I say you just reach over and click every so often, that's a lot of clicks. But all you do is click the same place all the time. Every so often, you have to click a little code, and that's it. So that is a good thing to multitask. You can put a little traffic bar on the side, have your little campaigns. You're not marketing your stuff. You're looking at other people's websites. And I actually do scroll down a lot of them, not the ones that are formulaic, because I know what's on them. But anything like my kind of site, anything that looks a little different than all the rest, I do scroll down, and I have gotten excellent resources there. I have for years. Even when I wasn't using the traffic bars on my own websites, I went over to a friend of mine who has a business that they get paid if I click their traffic bar. I used to go look at theirs all the time. I should have been looking at mine and paying myself. That's what the kind of thing that an affiliate marketer has to do. If you're going to put something of someone else's for sale in your website, you need to put traffic bars too, because people know it's an affiliate website. You don't need to worry about having, I don't know, Hertz Rent-A-Car scrolling across the top of your page. It doesn't have anything to do with your business. They expect that little bar across the top of your page, especially in blogs. That's where the real money is. Think of this. You fell down a flight of stairs and fell into a Ming Dynasty vase. Oh my gosh, the insurance was terrible. You just fell into a Ming Dynasty vase and you talked about insurance. You just pop over to your little share a sale thing and you find a nice insurance company and a nice Chinese company that sells fake Ming style vases. And right there in your little article, you just put the little embed code and poof, there it is. It's a picture for your blog or website or whatever that if they click it, it's actually an item for sale or a store that carries that product you're talking about. And you've invested $0 and you get paid 5 to 20. Actually, some pay less, some pay very small percents, but some of the items are worth tens of thousands of dollars. I have a friend in California that I haven't talked to in a while. They finally got in touch with me and they gave me a list, not a long list, a short list of a few little sites that I could find that aren't in the major market. That means not everybody's got them. And you have to apply for them. And I just sent the emails this morning. So I hope I get them back. I hope I at least get 1 or 2, because these are big time companies that everybody knows that don't put out a huge amount of affiliates in the spammy markets because they're looking for a particular clientele. For example, well, this is a bad example and not really accurate, but I'll give it anyway. Saks Fifth Avenue. Now, you do see little embed toolbars and stuff periodically for Saks Fifth Avenue, but you don't see them everywhere, plastered on everything. Best Buy. You see that plastered on everything because they basically let anybody who's got a site, as long as it's not disgusting, have it. Google search results are affected. Here's the last topic we're going to talk about on this today, and then we're going to move on. Google search results are affected by what's in your website and the value of it and how it comes up in the search engine. If anyone types in Saks Fifth Avenue, if you have one of those embedded URLs in your website, it's part of your business. You are part of their Google search results. So it is good to have a whole bunch of those little share a sale companies that are easy to get. But make sure you get one or two that you didn't get from some service for some company that you contacted, even if it's an image and a button and everything else on your page is embedded, because it becomes part of your business and it will improve your Google search results. That is the last reason I'm going to give you guys tonight why you see me publicly diversifying into so many different marketing methods and actually embedding those and putting them as part of my websites. Now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of history. You heard me say at the very beginning, I got lots of code and tools and training from these spammy little, I call them spammy. It's not spammy. I think they're spammy because there's no one buying anything. I want everyone to buy everything every time they click my button. So if they're not buying, they're just spamming clicking. It's improper language, but I just wanted to tell you that's why I say that. But when I click those toolbars, I get lots of good stuff out of them. Now, I'm going to tell you, you'll probably look at 1,000 before you see anything that's of any value at all. But after a while, there's one that I haven't put in there, and I'm going to mention it, the list thing. Now, it's mentioned. I'm not using lists yet. Once I get a little bigger, and oh, by the way, I was number 13 surfer on the toolbar yesterday. That's very high. But I need to get number 10 a few times in a row. And then I will go to other number 10 people and say, oh, I've been making number 10. Yeah, we saw that. And then I will have a list of people that really do market with these things, either as bloggers, because you can define your searches. So once you find 2 or 3 bloggers or 2 or 3 website owners on these spammy sites, so to speak, I shouldn't use that word. It sounds awful. It's not, but that's just the way I think of it. And it's an easy way to think of high clicking, click, 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 or watching. Watching's a paid site. Spammy site is click, 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 even though it's not really spam. That's just my terms, okay? I guess if you're going to be a QWebCode.net, you're going to have to learn my language a little bit. But back to it. So if you're using those sites, it's part of your Google relevance. All right, you know what? I need to move on because I'm getting too long on this one topic. Let's move on to the next topic here. And all this circles around back to what we are doing. Here at the Helpful Tips Show, this is our live stream update. There's no subscriber number should pop up in here. We're doing really good. Now, we're doing good in a different way. I have much less volume of interaction and stuff during my shows, but my replays are just doing fine. By the way, this is also where I'm going to give you the rest of the information about the little chat window and how the shows are going to roll out. Eventually, yes, I'll probably do the code thing and be streaming to YouTube, but YouTube has a feature that after you do a show, you can do a premiere of that show after you uploaded it, and then people can talk and chat just like it is a live show, but it's actually pre-recorded. So there's no vocal engagement, but there's chat engagement. It's like a watch party. I may just do that on Tuesday. Now you're going to like this. I may just do that on Tuesday after on Tuesday, this video is uploaded into the live video chat window where group members and hopefully friends will come in and kind of watch the video if they feel like it. It'll just be there. If they want to watch it, they can, while people are kind of chatting about topic. In other words, it's like a watch party on my website for especially helpful tips people. So that's the change. I'm going to stream Tuesday, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take the video from today or a pre-made video on one topic. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to start making those on a weekly basis too. This week, it's going to be this video probably in that window. And if you watch the show and you have questions, go ask on Tuesday in my video chat. Because after the show's done, you can't add any more in here. If you're putting it on all these different networks, no one will ever see it. So you can just do that in the lobby chat when we play that video on Tuesday at 7 p.m. or another training video, or if the show didn't go well or everyone already knows all about it and someone has a project they're working on, we'll work on it at that time in the live video chat, because you can just pop on and ask me a question if you want. You don't have to put your camera on. You can have the camera off and just talk and everyone can hear you too. It's kind of like a voice chat thing too. All right, so that's what's going on with the Helpful Tips show, so to speak, and the live stream. I still am streaming every day in the morning. Let's move on. Now, the actual group. This is what everyone's waiting for. That's the link to the one that if you're on Facebook, look up Perfect Finds and she can give you the password to join that, or you can find any Perfect Finds member, Helpful Tips member, or anyone that just mentions keywebco.net. You can go in the lobby. You can get the password from me in a private chat or whatever. So this is for the Helpful Tips e-commerce group. Now, we do a Tuesday and Thursday show for the group. The Tuesday show is in the video chat. The Thursday show is streaming like everything else. I will be uploading the stream. We're almost at time. 1 hour per show. It is 56 minutes. So the Helpful Tips e-commerce group is a great group. It's not very big on Facebook. It's probably still there. If they haven't taken it down yet, I haven't looked. But if it's still there, great. Use the pages and stuff. Enjoy yourself. There's a lot of old content in there that's still, well, old, not from that long ago. But there's a lot of content in there that is still relevant and useful. If you want to become part of the Helpful Tips e-commerce group, you just go to keywebco.net, go into the lobby, you'll get the password, and then we have a private, it's not, well, we could use a private room, but you have to be there at the same time at my video chat. On the actual password protected page, there is one of my chat and go chats, which is only on that page. I also have a separate chat and go chat that is only on the business page. Those might be the same one right now, but I will eventually have one just for the paid members if it's not already that way. That's just kind of what's going on with this. Now, the group on Facebook is now an e-commerce group. That means you can be anywhere. I'm going to try to get some subjects from anyone who wants them to discuss on Tuesdays. I really want Tuesday to be a big forum discussion kind of in the lobby. I want Thursday to be big on the networks, even if I do have to do a double show on Thursday where I move my show. Well, I can't do that. Where I have a early show, which is the one that I do at 7, and I have a very middle of the night show for the people on the West Coast, and I can do that as a watch party on YouTube. So we're always gonna get every angle covered. There's always a way to upload one thing or another. I tried to make a rhyme, but it didn't quite work. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. That's basically it. I just kind of wanted to go over my different pages, because as you look, I'm not sure which one it is. Darn it. I think it's this one. Yes, question and answers. If you have any questions and you want some answers, this would be a good time to ask. So as you look at what I'm doing, there's a lot of little stuff. Some of it you may like, some of it you may not. Some of it may be useful. Some of it you might not even know what I'm talking about. But anything that you see on any of those pages, anyone can do. All right? And I will help you do that without you having to pay me any money. If you want me to make you this stuff, that's when you start paying. But to help you and stuff, I don't even charge. If it becomes complicated and I have to take over your computer, yes, then you start paying and stuff. But I don't set you up to be in the situations where you have to have me paid to finish. I give you all the tools, all the information you need to do everything yourself. If I do it for you, I also give you all the information, all the tools you need to know exactly how I did it for you. I don't want you to have to feel, oh, I don't know how this works. I'm going to have to call and pay $50 for a Zoom for Roger to take over my computer. No. You get a business bundle. You go in there, you do a little chatting. We help you for a lifetime. That's your lifetime guarantee on any services that I do. That's why I have that business bundle. All right, so I talked about that. I did not get any questions. Even the Restream chat is just ready to display messages. Let me at least write something in here. Hi, how are you? Just so there's some sort of conversation going on over there. So I sent that from Restream, and I'm going to also invite everyone. Well, let me see. How do I want to word that? Come to Key Webco. I'm doing this for the podcast people. .net. I'm reading out what I'm typing. On Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, video chat room lobby. All right, so I sent another message. That way there's a little bit more chat coming in here. All right, guys, I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. We are going to go ahead. I didn't get any questions in here, so we are going to go ahead and end tonight. I'm going to play the final credits. I want to give a special call out to Lee and Perfect Friends for You for taking the time in, because I know them, taking the time to come and watch me tonight. Things will get better after January for all the groups. There'll be more traffic, and I'll probably use a hook on Facebook to keep that active, but I'm not really sure about that yet. I'm doing very, very well with these little secondary minor tiny monies. I like the minor tiny money because it adds up to a significant amount. I did the math today, and if I just put my videos on while I am writing my blog in the morning, and then when I might be in the car or something after I've done my video, just listen to their videos, I can easily make, $5-6 a day. That adds up to a significant amount of money. So that's just one thing. While I'm doing that, I can push on my traffic bar and get more sales and more traffic and engagement. It's multitasking, things that require no brains. I could do this affiliate marketing. I gave you guys the little parts. I could do this big bucks if I wanted to concentrate, fill out surveys and all that junk. With the systems that I have listed there, I bet all of you have done that survey stuff and never got a dime out of it. Well, with the systems that I have put on my page, you fill out your survey. If you fill it out correctly and you link it with the appropriate cross-link, most of them have to be linked together, you will get paid, and that you can make real money with that. Every once in a while, I'll fill out a survey, and I can get $5-10. It might take a while to get, to fill it out, but I can do that pretty quickly, and I can actually make a lot of money, but you have to concentrate. Do not do that when you're multitasking. Do the idiot button pushing and listen to the videos and get paid. That's my little tip for the day. Every helpful tip show will have one little kind of main theme for it. Today's main theme, while we're sitting still in question and answers, go ahead and end with our main theme for the day, is all those little things add up. All those little things add up, and always do more. Okay, that's our final credits. Thank you all for being in here tonight, and here we go. I will see everyone on Tuesday or every day at 8:30, 8-ish, something like that, Central Standard Time, AM.